Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Erica Hughes, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscription box below this video and click the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, so today's video is a Dutch pour using your pigments mixed into your tube paints and American Flood Floetrol. You can, however, use your pigments with a gel, regular gel gloss, and water mix. I have, and the results are here. This is Color Art Pigments. I had mixed the pigments with just that gel and a water mix, and I also used some of the other colors are my Dutch pour paints, and fabulous results. There's some people, however, who don't want to do that, and I understand. So if you want to see that mixing video, I will link it in the description box below. Now, some people just want to make their own shades of colors with some shimmer and add their American Flood Floetrol and do Dutch pour or other techniques, ring pour, straight pour, whichever. So today I'm going to show you guys how I mix my pigments with tube paints. There's a bit of taboo around it, I guess. People say, well, your pigments don't work then if you have to mix them with tube paints. Not even true. I can use these alone with a Dutch pour. I can use these with tube paints. I have Golden here, is a fantastic company. Their paints are top of the market. And then I have really good pigments. I'm gonna combine these two and it's gonna be stunning. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. There are other ways you can maybe do these. This is just the way I do it, and you guys want to see how I do it, so that's what we're gonna do today. We will put these off to the side. We're just gonna go through this one at a time. Okay, so first pigment I'm going to mix is this little Piggy pinwheel, okay? And we're gonna add some of this Quinacridone Violet to it by Golden. And this is a transparent tube paint, which is all the better when you're mixing your pigments with your tube paints. Okay, so first thing, we have to disperse our pigment. I have made a mix in this bottle of regular gel gloss by Golden and water. So I've really watered it down so I can wet my pigments and disperse them. I'm gonna pour some of this into a little cup so you guys can see the consistency. So this I will show you. And I do put the like semi-gloss, not so much. Just make sure it's regular gel gloss or heavy gel gloss. You definitely want gloss. I found that you get better results. So see how thick that is? So we have taken that, put it in a cup and added water, and slowly add water and mixed it until you get this consistency. No, we're not gonna get into that. If you guys can, if you wanna see how I mix the pigments with just this for a Dutch pour, check out the video below. I don't want to confuse anybody. So yeah, so that's just that gel gloss with water. Nice and thin. This is to disperse my pigments before they are added to tube paint. Okay, close that back up. Actually, I'm gonna use that instead. Get that off to the side. Okay, so pigment. Now you want to always be wearing a mask when you open these jars and close the lids when you're finished, because little particles will come flying up, go airborne. Okay, so we have a cup. With my pigment, I'm gonna take my stick. I just kind of go for just a little scoop. Put that in there. And you can do this on a larger scale. I'm just doing it on a small scale. I don't like to mix up too much. So I'm gonna take that water gel mix and I'm going to put just enough in here to wet these pigments down, disperse them, and so there's no more powder laying around. So there's not really, I mean, I don't measure or anything like that. I just put some in and add more if needed. I don't want it to be too watery. And no lazy mixing. You want to make sure that this is all mixed together. And scraping the sides. If you have any grooves in your cup that you're mixing in, make sure you get in there and get it all. And it'll take a little bit for that color to come through, but it will. And then you also have to remember that, you know, it looks, that mix that we put in looks white, and it will dry for the most part clear. Okay, so now I have really good mix it, guys. So now I have my pigment all mixed in there. Okay, and now what we're going to do, again, I'm making a small batch, but you can go bigger. So I decided to add this to Quinacridone Violet by Golden. So again, I'm just gonna squeeze a dollop, close that back up. And then this is just gonna like, it's gorgeous. I've mixed this one up before and it was stunning, so you can see, hopefully you can see. So you just wanna get this nice and mixed and look, I mean, just look, like, now it's a little lumpy now, but you just keep mixing until it's nice and smooth, and then we're slowly gonna add our Floetrol. And I'm trying to go quick for you guys, so just hang in there. Okay, so we have, hopefully, that. I hope you guys can see that. Let me stick this light on. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some Floetrol, and I'm using the US Flood Floetrol. I was just filtering it out here. So this is just Floetrol. And I'm just gonna add some straight into there. And again, you could do this on a larger scale and put them in your bottle, store them in your Dutch pour bottles. We're just gonna give that a really good mix. So now I have this awesome golden tube paint in here with some awesome pigments, and has made a really cool like color shift paint that can now be used for, you know, ring pours, whatever technique. So I'm doing Dutch pour, so I'm gonna thin this out a bit with water. You always want to make sure you scrape your sides, get everything mixed in nicely. Okay, gorgeous. So that's that one. Well, let's add some of our water to thin it down for a Dutch pour. So you always add the water nice, like slow. Don't put too much in there. If you do and it's too thin, you can add a small bit of tube paint to thicken it back up. Another reason I like using that golden regular gel gloss is I feel it helps get some really cool cells. I just think it's a good product. So there we have it. Keep going a little bit just to thin it. Okay. Thin it down just a small bit more. Now for the next two that I mix, I won't thin them down because does take a little bit of time, and I know not everybody has 45 minutes or however long to sit through a video. Okay, and one more. Now I know the Dutch pour paints are supposed to be very thin for your, for your Dutch pour. I kind of like to go as thick as I can, if that makes sense. Like everything seems to stay put more, like the thinner thick your paints are, if that makes sense. You kind of have to adjust like to your hairdryer as well. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. And that's what you get. So we're gonna put that off to the side. Okay, now let's do this little Piggy lemon sorbet. And I wanna kind of keep this as true to this pigment as I can. So I have this iridescent white and it's semi-opaque, so it won't swallow the color. So again, first, whoop, see that puff? That's why you need a mask on. And open them slowly. Again, I'm rushing. So I'm gonna take a scoop. It's kind of a lot, so we will make a bigger batch. And then I'm gonna take my mix to disperse, wet these down first before they get added to, or before the tube paint gets added in. Again, go nice and slow. I'm just trying to speed through this for you guys. And you don't always have to add your pigments to, say, a matching color. You can really create and make different shades with, different tube paints and different pigments. Like, it doesn't have to be full on like same color, like, or near the same color as your pigment. If that makes sense. Okay, so you can see that it's not all mixed. Okay, so this is the lemon sorbet. Kind of try and I'm just gonna do a little bit of this here. Did put a lot of pigment in there, so. And now I'm gonna mix this, and you'll see it's, if anything, it's just gorgeous. Now you have this like tube paint on steroids now. Just show you before I add the Floetrol. Okay, so now we'll get the Floetrol, and I don't measure. I'm just it's just how I am. Sorry, you guys. If you're looking for measurements, maybe one day in the future I can sit down when I have time and do that. There's lots of different artists who do have measurements and all that. Okay, and again, I already added water to thin this down for, the Dutch pour in the previous color. So I'm not gonna add water to this now, we're just gonna move on. But so there you go. I'd even add a bit more Floetrol because that was a lot, and then we'll just extend it a little bit further. Gorgeous. Now you can use this for other techniques as well. It doesn't have to be the Dutch pour. Okay, so there's that one. And finally we're gonna do this little Piggy caramel drizzle. careful opening these. Let's see there. Okay. So I'm excited to see this color mixed with Arteza's Pearl Copper Gold. Again, I wanted to do Van Dyke Brown, but I don't have any, so we're gonna go for this Pearl Copper Gold. Oh, we gotta wet these down first. And if you are, I did the Dutch pour already for this video, and I don't actually use this color. I'm just mixing it up because I want to add this to my colors for another pour. But definitely, if you're not gonna watch the whole video, just make sure you go fast forward to the close-up so you can see the difference when you add pigments to your tube paints. It's stunning. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that are, it's a waste. It's not a waste. It is definitely not a waste. You're adding two awesome products together to make an awesome, product, in my opinion. And again, if you just wanna use your pigments straight from the jar without adding tube paint, that as well can be done, and you can check out my video in the description box below, a link to it, to see how I mix that. So there's that. Caramel drizzle. Now let's add some of that. And a little squeeze more, just to get more paint out of this. Okay, let's see what we get. So you're gonna see straight away that this is no longer just, Pearl Copper Gold. This is your own little mix. And no, you cannot eat that. Okay, let's get the Floetrol in there. Oh, just enough. Oh yeah. Oh, I wish it was nice and sunny out so you guys can really see. It's kind of gray kind of day. The sun comes out every once in a while, but so there you go. Your own little custom color. Again, two awesome products mixed together. Can't go wrong. And then we'd add water for our Dutch pour to thin that down. Okay, I think that's it. Another thing really quick, actually, that's not it, I wanted to go over. So I'm using all these, those three that I just mixed. Say if I was using all these in a pour, or a Dutch pour, they're all shimmery, shiny, fun, sparkly, just everything, right? So that's great and everything, but you definitely want to add in, some tube paints that aren't shimmery, shiny, iridescent, metallic, that are just, matte. So it's not just this bling, crazy, sparkly piece. You need somewhere for the eye just to chill out. So in today's pour, I'm using the Lemon Sorbet, this little self-mixed color that we mixed. What else am I using? Oh, and here, I've already used it, but this is this little Piggy Nebula and Payne's Gray. Oh my gosh, you have to check out the close-up in this video. Okay, I only have a little bit of that. I should have mixed up some more of that. So I'm using that in today's video. So 3 shimmering colors, and then 3, actually these are all, I think these are all opaque. So this is opaque, this is Amsterdam's, what is that? Turquoise green, so this is opaque. And then this one is ultramarine. Hold on, let me get the, sorry guys, I should have had this all set up. Thought I did, and then I always forget something. Okay, so this is ultramarine violet, and this is opaque as well, so that's good. This is Liquitex Dioxazine Purple. I believe this Dioxazine Purple is opaque. I'm not positive. I'll have to check that out. Most are transparent, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But yeah, so these are no shimmer, no shine, nothing crazy. In my Dutch pour with these beautiful metallic-y like shimmery amazingness. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's another mixing video you want me to do, let me know. If I made a mess of that, let me know. And just stick around for the Dutch pour. I've kind of chopped it up, so I sped some pieces up so it'll be nice and quick. It's only like 6 minutes, I think. But if you're not gonna watch the whole thing, go to the end and watch the close-up because it is stunning, I think. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.